Look at that, see?
All right, guys, we are recording.
We're recording, yikes.
We can go, let me go ahead and share to YouTube.
Can you check those over for me?
I will.
Thank you.
Tracy, you look like you're asleep.
Well, we have 1 minute.
How's
I
that?
had 1 minute to review those. That's all right. Just look through them, Christine, make sure I signed everything that's appropriate.
Are you coming?
Looks good, thank you.
Good, thank you.
No, Eric's.
Thanks for bringing
Yep.
those. That saved me a lot of
In my
time,
door.
see?
These are
In this
from Marty,
door
if I
short.
remember later.
Hi, Joe. I didn't even say hi to
How
you.
are you?
I'm good. How are you? Good.
Something wrong with that? I guess not operating? I don't know.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Correct.
So sorry. You know what? It's
Don't worry.
4:30. We have a quorum. Let's get started. Boom, boom. Let's go. Welcome, everyone. This is the regular monthly board meeting for the Tioga County Industrial Development Agency. It is Wednesday, July 6th at 4:30 PM. The meeting is hereby called to order. Christine, could you do a roll call, please?
Jen Checkarelli.
Yes.
Kevin Gillette,
Yes.
Martha Sabri,
Yes.
Aaron Gowan,
Yes.
Tracy Manell.
Here.
John Ward, Eric Knowles.
Is John coming?
He is,
Should be.
as far as I know.
All right. We have no privilege of the floor tonight. Jamie's not attending or calling in or whatever.
Correct.
I don't think so. All right. I'm seeking a motion to approve the June board meeting minutes, please.
So move.
Thank you. Second.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Moving on to the financials. Aaron, you're it.
No problem. I didn't see anything.
Okay.
We acknowledge the financials.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Leanne Tinney. Look how quick that went.
So I just have a couple of things to report. One is regarding the Best Bev project. That's the bottling, canning of beverages. This project is coming to the Waverly Trade Center. They have entered into an agreement with the Barbers for the lease of the property. It is a $15 million project. 120 to 130 jobs. They're looking to expand on the existing facility to a total of 264,000 square feet. That'll be down the line, but there will be an expansion. We are right now assisting them with an ESD grant for part of the capital expenses for that project. There'll probably be a pilot associated with it, but I don't know if you, Christine, have you talked to them about pilot or what it might be? So
No,
I don't know what that would be, but there's potential for a pilot on that. More to come. We were supposed to meet with them today, but one of the principals was sick and was not able to make it, so we had to cancel that meeting. We'll reschedule it.
Where are they at?
They're in Pennsylvania right now. Not sure where in Pennsylvania, but they've outgrown that facility. And they actually are better suited for this project in New York State than in Pennsylvania, surprisingly. Yeah, that's what I said. But yeah, so they're moving quickly.
Where are they moving to?
Waverly Trade Center, the old beer foundry on Dolly Parkway.
Wow.
So Barbers, they wanted to purchase the building, but Barbers would only agree to a lease. So it looks like a triple net lease. So they'll be, what that means to us is that they will be responsible for the real property taxes. That's why a pilot may come into play. The Town of Nichols broadband project is really moving at a very quick pace. We have scheduled a public information meeting on July 14th, next week, to get info out to the residents in the town and village of Nichols. That's moving along. It's very quickly. They're putting poles in the ground here shortly, and they're going to be stringing wire soon. So fiber in, and it's going quick. The state wants it to happen, so it's going quickly. Education workforce coordinator position. If you recall, we had at one time talked about taking that position through the IDA, and then ultimately we changed it so it's the county position. But in that initial discussions, we had talked with Mark Dixon at Hooker Foundation, and he had committed to 3 years at up to 100,000 to fund the position. But he did ask that we look for another source to maybe offset their investment into it, which we did. And we applied in the name of the IDA to ARC for Appalachian Regional Commission for 75,000. And we just got word that was actually awarded.
Wow.
So yay.
Congratulations. That's
yeah.
awesome.
That was, but the thing that we need to be aware of is now it gets a little more complicated because the grant is in the name of the IDA
Right.
and the employee is a county employee. So we are going to be very diligent in tracking and monitoring and making sure it's very transparent how that whole thing is going to go.
Mhm.
I've talked to Brittany
Talking with
about
the
it already.
treasurers, yep, doing the whole,
Great.
So.
because they'll go.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
so we're
God.
just gonna, it's just going to require a little more diligence on our part to make sure that it's very clear. So Brittany has set up in ArcNet, and she has set Christine up as a reviewer, and there will be reporting and monitoring that will be required of Christine for this grant application. So just know that going forward, you'll be hearing about it as we go through the process here, through the IDA. But good news, and I did let Mark know today. That, and then what that means is that allow the Hooker Foundation to use that other 100,000 for other projects inside of the county. So,
So he already gave money to the county, that's in a lump sum. That's what-
we're billing quarterly. So what we're doing is we're collecting invoices and things. So he's paying what the actual is, not just a 100,000. He's paying what the actual is, actual cost for salary, benefits, mileage, computer,
Right.
actual expenses. We're going to Mark. Mark then sends funds Hooker to the county. It's all set up in Munis. So it's
Okay, so you'll probably build the IDA then.
yes, I would expect so. Yes. And what I'm not
Just
sure
trying to
about
make
Marty
sense.
is, I don't know, time wise. So
Maybe
we
next
go,
year.
exactly. So that we've got to figure that all out.
Yeah.
It would be, clearest, the
Right,
most clear if we could do it by an annual.
right.
But I
So
don't know.
all of this detail is because our treasurer spoke to me this week and said, county just went through an audit, we did fine, but be forewarned, the federal government will probably be doing a lot more strict auditing in the future. A lot largely because of ARPA, American Recovery Funds, and also anything that's federal money, they're gonna be looking for. So we have to be completely
shocker.
transparent.
Why do you think they did all that?
Why?
Yeah, so they could start monitoring everything and know what everybody's doing with all the money.
Yeah, they don't have people that are qualified to do it.
Did you say that?
Anyway.
Wow.
That's
We're
why
live right
I
now.
was saying that. Tell me how that's gonna work, so.
Yeah, we're aware of it. Talked to Brittany about it today. Explained.
I know, I just like hammered her.
I'm sure Christine will keep the board very well informed.
yeah.
So.
That's
We'll
all I
keep
have.
it- Wow,
Well, I gave you a lot last time. so
you
that's-
did. You gave us a ton
We're not
last.
so overwhelmed.
All right, Christine, do you want to move on with the agenda?
Sure. So,
It's project updates. Oh, we go gardens too.
so we have dispersed no additional funds. We have Jamie from Fagan Engineering is reviewing the prior 2 change orders approved by this board in the last 2 months to finalize what those change order figures will be. So we have not paid them out to date. Regarding the escrow agreement that you all authorized us to proceed. We are waiting for that draft escrow agreement to come from Suez so that Joe can review it. So tonight I'm seeking a motion authorizing IDA to enter that escrow agreement contingent on Joe Mayor's approval.
We've had that discussion. I'll take a first if I could.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Thank you.
And the easements are also a very important thing to complete as soon as possible so that Suez will take ownership and start operating. So we have a requirement for 5 easements, and those will be between IDA and Suez, now titled Viola, or Home Leasing in Suez.
Mhm.
So 5 easements are in progress between those 3 attorneys, and I'm tracking the completion of those to try to keep them moving.
Viola,
Viola.
whatever it
Their
is.
work
I wrote my first check to
For
them.
starters. They're
Really?
gonna take the first payment.
That's
See, they got
Veolia.
trucks already in
I
town.
don't know. Really? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen them. Wow.
Relabeled.
Interesting. Can you imagine how costly that is? Holy cow.
They don't care.
Other than,
guess
Gotta
not.
raise-
Better shut up.
gotta raise the water rates, that's all. Problem.
We had a great site tour.
yeah, so I'll show you guys these photos for those of you who
Oh,
weren't
no,
there.
you're not even
Hopefully-
showing any people for.
That,
hopefully it works.
That water tank is something else.
That was pretty cool.
It was very cool.
Christine,
I don't think it's gonna work.
was there anything posted to Team Tioga website on this
No.
or her Facebook page?
Not yet.
I did intend to send Kate some photos for a progress update. Didn't do that.
It was a very nice
You gotta
tour.
serve
It
Well,
was
it's not working.
very
so we'll keep
enjoyable.
The gentleman who took us was really
He was super. Yeah, he was very
You
good.
gotta go swim, get swim.
It was just, it was hot, but
It
it
was
was, it was
hot.
still really fun to see. I mean, we had never been up there. It was just great.
All right,
So there's no recent updates about Weagle Gardens to it, other than what we've all been discussing, and it seems to be moving along. And we're hopeful that we'll complete the water tank project by the end of July, so that Home Leasing will obtain their certificate of occupancy in August and start leasing in September. And that is all conditional on this escrow agreement and easements being in place so that Suez will feel comfortable to take ownership and start operating. So I can't show you the photos from the Buck Road site visit. There are some great photos of the barns interior. So that
Just
you
send
can
them
really
out.
see what they look like.
Why don't you
and
just send it out to the board?
I will do
Buck
that.
Road and our little tour.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
go ahead and do
That'd be
that.
great.
And
Thank
I will
you.
also send to everybody the income requirements for the Weagle Gardens too. We discussed that at the site visit. What are the requirements to live there and the income-based requirements? So I'll send that
Yeah, I was
to
interested to
all.
see that also. Yep, we had talked about that.
And so Buck Road, we had met, Leanne, Kevin, Gillette, and I had met on site because Kevin.
Can I
Gillette's-
interrupt you just for a
Yes, you
second? This
may.
may be more appropriate for executive
Perfect.
session.
Thank you. Okay,
Okay.
thanks, Joe.
Thanks,
Moving on.
Joe. That's why you're here. Keep us on.
I thought we decided Monday that it wasn't, but that's okay.
Well,
More details.
More
maybe.
detail.
There you go.
So onward, then we have audit committee report that Jan Nolis was in for her quarterly review, and that was complete, and all is well in our financials and QuickBooks. Governance committee report, just want to advise everyone, I attended the broadband conference last week in Binghamton. It was an excellent event. I always find those conferences really inspiring. They talk about the larger picture of everything, and it was really exciting too.
Did you eat a ton of good food with Don Castellucci?
I did. And that was great as well.
He always posts all the pictures of the food, you know.
I didn't know.
He really enjoys that, having the food, yeah.
So thank you for sending me to attendance there, and thank you for sponsoring the event as a board. And the IDA networking event last week I attended, Elmira, Chemung County hosted the first event with Tioga County, Steuben County, and Chemung County IDAs. We got together, talked about some best practices, and we'll continue to do that quarterly. Onward. The Labrador Lumber Hub loan, a resolution was submitted to the legislature for review and determination on July 12th. It does state that the legislative approval would be contingent on IDA loan committee and IDA board approval. tonight I'm seeking a motion by the IDA board to confirm what you provided to me by email vote and authorize disbursement of HUD loan funds in the amount of $400,000 contingent on IDA loan committee approval, please.
Seeking a motion?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I gotta abstain.
So due to the treasurer's office being aware of this resolution, Jim McFadden requested that IDA board pass a resolution today authorizing the official closing of future COVID-19 emergency relief loan program disbursements, and that we would return the undispersed funds to him to go back into the treasurer held HUD
Right.
funds. So how do y'all feel about that? The IDA loan committee had recommended closing of the program quite a while back.
Right.
So there,
I think it's overdue, quite frankly, so. Seeking a motion?
I'll make a motion on that.
How about a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
So we're gonna have to move some money out of the
Mhm.
big account then.
out of our COVID account, we'll transfer
Okay,
that.
so you have a separate COVID account.
I do.
Yeah, we were holding it for a long time.
And then we'll just continue to collect on the existing loans and return principal and interest payments quarterly and bank loan interest annually. Onward, we have revised figures for sales tax exemptions from all the companies, and they're continuing to communicate those updates with me.
One question, on the railroad committee, I mean, we just haven't done a bunch since we made this transition.
Haven't had a meeting, haven't done anything.
Yeah, but isn't it time that, I mean, we've seen the revenue drop off, you know, now that there's a little issue between the two major parties and half the revenue stream up there. Is it time we have a little discussion with somebody, or, I mean, is it our job to sit back and watch? I mean, if the kids can't play nice in the sandbox, maybe they need somebody to hold their hands and tell them
I
it's
don't think
okay.
You're not gonna fix that. That's my opinion. I don't think we're gonna fix
So
that
there's been a transaction, now it's broke forever.
until some new ownership takes over on the railroad. I think that it is broke forever.
Well, with the drop in revenue, wouldn't it be up to us to say, you know, maybe we should sit down with them and have a discussion and kind of have them
Oh, you
explain
can,
that?
we can have that. That's not a problem, but I
Yeah.
don't think they're gonna fix it.
But that shows we're paying attention.
That's a
to-
pretty substantial
Anybody else
drop.
have an opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I mean, revenue's down
Exactly.
substantially.
Who's
Let
on
them
the-
explain it.
You're on a committee and Marty's
Marty
on that committee.
Yeah.
And Kevin,
You too, Kevin?
We could say, well, we'd like to come over and visit and see your space because you haven't invited us over.
Yeah.
let's have them come here.
Power play.
I'd rather have them come here. Let's meet them here on our terms.
It just seems,
Yep, I agree.
It's pretty
Like,
eye
who-
We should say,
who's gonna make a move if we don't make a move?
should be
Yeah, exactly.
WTF.
Exactly.
So your
Why don't we
numbers
try
are
to
down.
set something up here? With the
I'll
railroad
reach
committee.
out to somebody there and see.
I mean, truck rates have doubled. The rail shouldn't be the thing that's taking a pounding here.
I don't know who you would
I would be
contact even over there,
happy
but
to.
I've heard that there's one person over there, so I,
I have many contacts for different
I don't
things, and
know.
for
There's nobody
this, I
there.
would assume we would contact the owner. the Big
Yeah,
guy.
shipping it,
Yeah.
see
nobody's
what
there.
you come up with. Yeah,
Let him
be
tell
That's
you
a
who we
good
should
place
talk
to
to.
start.
Yeah,
Let him
Yeah, how
tell you
about
who
the
you should
owner?
talk to.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Well, he seemed really agreeable to meeting with us.
Anybody
And-
else have an opinion?
I didn't look at what their numbers were in the last month. I mean, was there like a more drop off in the last month compared to?
I have last month. but I
Well,
don't have
Ours
we
is
already
running
knew
something
that.
about
I'm just curious, in the last
50%.
month, was it down even more?
I don't know.
Because we're down 50% of
Right.
year to date.
Yep.
But, you know,
That's
When you-
enough for me. I don't need to see any more. It's
I'm
time
sorry,
to,
you're getting even worse, you know?
yeah. Leanne, opinion?
I agree, you need to sit down with somebody from RJ Corman first.
Well, I think that's the place to start. I mean, they're the ones with their name on the door.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So I'll try to organize with somebody locally and the owner. Forgive me, I
Sure.
forget his name, but gather local and
Mhm.
him. And
Whoever has the authority to speak to you,
There you go.
they've got to have some kind of manager up
Yeah, you just tell them
I'd
that
like to hear that discussion also, so
your board is
invite me.
interested.
You
in
gotta be
meeting
careful.
somebody.
Yeah,
there. You have a quorum.
Yeah, because you've got
Can't
three,
have a quorum?
you'd be a
Well,
fourth. That's a
Public meeting.
quorum.
I'll
Well,
step
maybe
out
we
and
should
you guys
notify
can-
them and have a public meeting.
No, I mean, if
Well, I
somebody
think
else
you-
wants to,
yeah, that's the way to start.
I think you should.
Marty doesn't want to go.
All
I don't
right,
have to go.
all right.
You can go.
you could tell me what happened.
I'll be across the
think-
hall.
Move
You go.
forward.
Okay,
Talk to them first and
It's
then.
kind of
give
interested in
them the
that, but all
opportunity.
right.
Great control.
If you keep complaining, I said, I'll stay across the hall. You come here.
I'll say I'm
And
already
just tell me
sauerkraut.
what they.
Yes, I'm already sauerkraut.
10 minutes ago, everybody glossed over it. Now everybody wants to be at a meeting.
so up to.
No,
when
no,
Marty
just
was
schedule it with the
Okay.
railroad committee. That would be great.
Okay. I will do so.
Glad I brought that up.
Okay,
I'm good now.
thank you. Okay. So sales taxes is all fine. Grant updates. We've been in communication with FEMA and Department of Homeland Security. They are moving forward with our pending Richford Railroad application. We'll hear hopefully soon on that one. I'm in progress on the ARC grant application for the Lounsbury buildings. That's due at the end of the month as well. I'm coordinating with the Larson Design Group engineers to get the bid in so I can complete the ESD grant application for the water extension to Raymond Hadley. That grant application is also due by the end of the month. That's all I have for right
How
now.
about a motion to move into executive session?
So,
Make the motion.
Second, please.
Second.
See your real screen.
aye.
Anybody opposed? Good.
Okay, just give me one moment, please. I want to make sure we're not live. 'Cause
There we are.
we're not gonna make any votes after this executive.
No, we're
Just
not.
gonna end it.
We're good.